Two first-timers, 2 months of continuous traveling west to east and all the way back again, all inside a tiny 6 square meter minivan that we built from our own hands just a few weeks before the summer of 2025. When we first shared this dream, not a single person around us thought we could actually do it. Our friends laughed, our family said, "It sounds exciting, but are you sure?" And a few people even joked, "Okay, I see you back home in a month." And honestly, we totally understood where they were coming from. We had zero building experience, a tiny budget, and a van that wasn't designed for full-time living. So if we didn't design it carefully, we would either end up rushing the trip or quietly booking Airbnbs just to stay sane. We had one wish: to travel for 2 months straight, coast to coast, without losing the feeling of home, enough space to breathe, enough comfort to rest, and enough flexibility to cook, to work, and live without feeling trapped in a box. So before building anything, we sat in the empty van and imagined real life on the road. Where do we sit? Where do we cook? Where does everything go? How do we stay organized in bad weather? What do we do on those tired, dirty, hungry, and grumpy days? We needed a setup that could handle all of that. Hey friends, welcome back to Camp My Minivan. So today, we're sharing the design choices that carried us through 13,000 kilometers and these 6 simple hacks that make this tiny space comfortable, flexible, and easy to live in. Stick with us. Each tip leads to the next, and the last one fixed a problem we didn't even know we had. Hack number 1. Shorten the trifold bed frame. We started with the well-loved trifold bed design inspiration from the YouTube channel called Eric Enjoys Earth. But the moment we sat inside the empty van, we realized we had to adjust the design to match the rhythm of how we would actually live for 2 whole months. So we shortened the main bed frame to about 140 centimeters while keeping the full sleeping length at around 170 centimeters. It doesn't sound like a big difference on paper, but that tiny reduction completely opened the middle corridor of the van. Suddenly, the whole space felt breathable rather than boxed in. And because the frame was shorter, we finally had room for a small spice shelf at the kitchen front, a detail that makes our cooking feel like normal cooking, not surviving. But the biggest intention behind this was even more important: keeping the second row seat fully accessible. So this design choice wasn't an accident, it was the whole point. We wanted the option to turn the van back into a regular vehicle anytime, to pick up friends, to help someone on the road, or simply to use the van normally during the months we weren't traveling. And that flexibility kept us grounded. It reminded us that we didn't have to give up everything to live on the road or pretend we were in camper mode 24/7. Because honestly, 2/3 of the time, our minivan is just a regular car. We were not trying to turn it into something else, we were just simply expanding its personality. Hack number 2. Using 2 detachable legs for the bed extension panel. Shortening the frame created a new challenge. The last 30 centimeters of the bed now depended entirely on an extension panel. In most builds, this is where people add hinges or metal supports, but we wanted something simpler, lighter, and more budget-friendly, especially since hinges add in cost. So instead, we built 2 detachable wooden legs that lock under the panel at night and disappear during the day. They balance the weight perfectly, feel stable even when sitting at the edge, and also they didn't steal special space inside the storage box and didn't interfere with the underbed system. And the best part? We make the locking mechanism using leftover parts from our old furniture, saving money and reducing waste. Otherwise, the 2 legs can be mounted into the frame using simple bolts and wood joint techniques. Hack number 3. Utilizing vertical pegboard storage. At some point during the build, we realized that horizontal space was our enemy, but vertical space was our best friend. This is when the pegboard idea came to life, and honestly, it became one of the best decisions we made. So we installed a pegboard on the front of the kitchen unit and later realized we could use the back of it too, and also the 2 sizes of the open storage. Suddenly, everything had a home: small tools, accessories, the tiny things that usually get lost in drawers. Everything was right there, beautifully organized and easy to access. This design kept the van neat, tidy, and surprisingly stylish. And just as importantly, everything stayed secured while driving, and the van remained organized even on days when we're too tired to clean up properly. And also, pegboards are slim and lightweight. They reduce the weight of the entire build and end up saving costs on fuel. Hack number 4, using a convertible table system without rails. Most convertible builds rely on aluminum rails. It's very practical, very easy to install, but it's just not budget friendly. We asked ourselves a simple question: how can we use our table inside and outside without rails and without spending extra? And the answer came from going back to the basics: wood joints, perfectly measured slots, simple hooks and bolts. The table could sit inside when we wanted to work or eat. It could slide partly out so one person could sleep while others still use the table as a desk. It could slide into a small hole in the bed frame at the back to become our outdoor cooking table. No rails, just simple hooks and bolts and drilling that made our everyday van life feel smooth and peaceful, especially on long days where one of us worked on the laptop while the other rested on the bed. Hack number 5, skipping the permanent floor. Flooring was one of the most controversial decisions we made. Everyone told us to install a clean, flat surface, but something about doing that felt wrong. It felt like we would be committing to a permanent conversion, losing the flexibility of the second row seats, and altering the structure in a way we weren't ready for. So we kept the natural floor of the van and built around its uneven slopes using careful measurements and a level ruler. Instead of flooring, we used a rubber mat that's easy to clean, quick to drive, and folds up when the extra seat comes out. This decision does make the build a bit more chaotic, but the advantages outweigh the difficulties, and because nothing was glued or nailed down, the van stayed flexible and reversible. If we ever redo it, we'll probably upgrade to a thicker rubber mat. Hack number 6, the tiny 15cm wide storage that saved the entire trip. This one happened almost by accident, but it became the feature we were most grateful for. We knew we needed to bring a monitor for work and a Starlink for the internet, but these two items were flat, wide, awkward, and impossible to store neatly without taking up some valuable space. They didn't fit in drawers and they're too vulnerable to be put under the bed. So we tried a 15cm storage slot along the side edge of the bed, a slim vertical compartment that looked almost useless at first glance. But the moment we tested it, everything clicked into place. The monitor and Starlink secure each other while driving. They didn't steal space of any of our daily storage and can be accessed easily from the back of the van, and they make remote working, entertaining, completely doable. Every time we packed up and hit the road, we felt so grateful for that tiny little slot that made big problems disappear. So every time we look back on 2 months of living in this tiny home, these decisions shape our everyday comfort, our budget, our flexibility, and the cozy feeling we needed to stay peaceful inside such a small space. They make the trip possible and they helped us enjoy it. And now the same minivan serves us in normal life again, simple, flexible, and ready for the next journey, maybe Northern Canada or maybe the States. We will talk about the budget hacks and the mistakes we make in the next videos, especially the ones when we're trying to save money actually cost us time and comfort. So if you want to follow the full build and our honest van life stories, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in our next adventure at Camp My Minivan.